Hi there. So today I thought I'd do a little bit of video about the Jigs Pbone. It's a trombone I've started out on. That I first ever had to go on and learn with. And I just thought I'd do a little video just explaining lots of good things about starting with this and a few bad things, because there are, in the time I've had it, a couple of months, or at least 3, 4, 5 months maybe, some issues that I've sort of encountered with it. And there's a lot of good things as well. But I have switched at the moment to a brass trombone from 3B, which I do use a lot more regularly. And this has sort of gone into a little bit of hiding in its case, but as well it does have some issues, and mainly because of the plastic, the material it's made of. It causes a lot of trouble. It does create a few new issues that you wouldn't experience with a brass trombone. Especially mainly with slide. This will be your main issue of problems. Really, for beginners, they might not experience the problems with it as much, but certainly when you notice the differences when you start playing this and then you start playing the brass one, you sort of see, especially with this slide, you see how smooth the brass one's compared. It does trickle a little bit, but it isn't dreadful. It doesn't stick, but it does. There's a little bit of friction between this and the inner slide. That noise you're hearing, it will happen a lot. And above that, it does do the job, and it's nice for beginners. It is targeted for beginners, so it is very simple. A little bit, you've got icons, and here little lock icons along around it. Those are our main issues anyway. It with the slide, as well as it dragging a little bit, as well with the water as well when you empty it. One thing you'll notice and get surprised from, when you see the water come out, it won't be clean water. It will be like discoloured and black, and there's no problem there. It's just, I think, bits in the tube, the plastic, have just sort of come out with the water, and there's nothing. It's no serious issue, but it is a bit odd to see. And the second thing is the smell. You do see you will get an odd smell when you start using it. You will see a few odd smells. So be careful especially if you breathe in, you get like a really bad taste I end up getting. So as long as you don't try there's probably some more water through the valve, and no matter how much you empty it, I think there's a slight. It's just getting it to wearing it in, I think, is essentially what it is. Which is with the water, it is a lot clearer now. I've used it over the last few months, and the smell's gone as well. So it's just wearing it in, because that plastic's getting used to having the water chucked about in it, and the actions between the water and the plastic. But overall, you're very light. It is extremely light, which is good compared to if you start carrying a brass trombone around. You start the weight between the two. I mean, this is double the weight of this. This I can balance quite well. There's the brass one here. There's a bit more weight that puts me under. But even with that, you get used to the weight of these, and it's no problem. But first, it'll wear your arm, and instead of tying your lip out, it will tie your arm out, and you'll have to have a rest. As the plastic one, it's fine, and it allows you just to get used to your lip getting tired and getting used to that, rather than having to have a break, because the weight of it and obviously your lip adjusting to playing. But overall, it's a very nice sound. I've done a few videos just showing this brass one and the Pbone and the sound between them. I think majorly they both sound very good, and especially the Pbone, it's a really nice sound, considering much better than you'll expect. But it does, you notice there is a little bit less character in the Pbone. As the brass one does have a little bit more character, and you'll notice a slight better quality from the brass one. but it is very ideal for beginners. And even though with the issues, there's some of you just encounter for the first few months, or you'll just start playing. But I will leave with one. I don't know if this is down to the actual user, or the player, but I consider that I think I found the brass one much easier to get a sound from than the plastic one. I found this King, it was really easy to get a sound from for some reason. Because I remember some of this, and then when I thought, well, I'll give the brass one a go, and I played it, and it was a lot easier to get a sound from, and I was shocked at how easy. So that's a slight problem there. I don't know why it is a little bit more difficult to. Whether it could be the tubing size is a little bit thicker than the brass one. Maybe put a bit more air through, but this one, the brass one, it can be I do find I think the brass one is easy to play, but more for ideal for beginners and a good starting sort of brand. I think the Pbone and plastic trombones, they do the job, and they do the basic necessity what you're going to need for a beginner. So after this, you'll see a little swing low, swing chariot version on both trombones. But thanks for watching anyway. I'll see you.